Now that you've completed the membrane installation and the water check for leaks, you're ready to begin the first phase of L-mode testing, membrane selection. In order to identify the best possible membrane for your application, you'll be testing several membranes. Before beginning the membrane selection study, you must first pre-screen and weigh approximately 15 gallons of your feed sample. If possible, use a 100 mesh pre-screen. Once you've pre-screened and weighed your feed material, pour the feed material into your feed tank. You'll need approximately 15 gallons to complete this section of testing. Now that the tank is filled with pre-screened and weighed feed material, you can start the VSEP as discussed in Chapter 4. Remember not to start vibration until you have reached 30 psi minimum pressure. Each membrane will have a different pressure selection point. Your test procedure should indicate the pressure needed for your particular membrane. In this case, Kira will set the machine to 200 psi. Remember to check the vibration amplitude after you have started the machine. You should set the machine to 3/4 inch amplitude using the vibration speed controller. Once you have reached the selected pressure, 3/4 inch vibration, and the correct concentrate flow of 2.5 GPM, you're ready to start collecting data. Each membrane should be run for approximately 1 hour. During this hour, you're going to collect flow data, pressure data, temperature data, and time data. In order to check the flow rate of the permeate, use a graduated cylinder and a stopwatch. Collect permeate for approximately 30 seconds or 1 minute so that you can calculate how many milliliters of permeate per minute are being generated. Once you have collected the permeate, record this number on your data sheet. Next, you'll check the feed pressure, the concentrate pressure, and the temperature of the system. The inlet pressure is read near the bypass valve at the discharge of the pump. The outlet pressure is recorded at the concentrate discharge from the VSEP. The temperature is a display on the front of the VSEP using the thermocouple that is in the feed tank. Be sure to make accurate notes of the time. Please record data points every 10 to 15 minutes for approximately 1 to 2 hours for each membrane being studied. This is called a line-out study. Based on the flow data and the permeate quality, the best membrane for your application will be selected. You're going to be testing approximately 4 to 5 membranes for each membrane selection study. Which membrane to select is going to be based on your type of application and the type of separation quality that you want to achieve. Once you've tested these 4 or 5 different membranes, you're going to pick the best membrane based on either highest and most stable permeate flow, best permeate quality generated, or some combination of those two factors. During membrane selection studies, we often discover that neither the permeate flow nor the permeate quality meet our objectives. You may have to do mid-course corrections and select new membranes to study if this happens. Please contact your NewLogic sales representative for advice on which membranes to select during your membrane selection study. Once you've selected the best membrane for your application, you're ready to move on to the pressure study, which is the next chapter of our video.